All right, let's just jump right in. If you're sick and tired of the constant noise from crypto bots, DeFi schemes, and all these things promising you insane returns, crazy APY, then you're in the right place. Today, we're going to cut through all that hype. We're going to talk about a simple, really powerful truth about building wealth, and it's all inspired by the Sagix philosophy. The big takeaway? It's not about finding the highest yield. It's about something way more predictable, and most importantly, something that's actually in your control. We have to start right here, because honestly, how many of these DMs do you get a day? This quote, it's pretty much the first rule of modern finance. Just think about it for a second. If somebody really had a secret for printing money, why on earth would they be sharing it with a total stranger online? Just remembering this one simple thing is probably your best defense against 99% of the scams out there. And here's why that filter is so incredibly important. The research is in, and it's not pretty. A staggering 97% of people who actively trade, well, they lose money. That's not me saying it, that's not an opinion, it's just the brutal reality of the market. So if we know that chasing these quick gains is a losing game for almost everybody, then what actually works?
Well, it all starts with understanding the trap itself. Our social media feeds are just flooded with them, right? Screenshots of massive wins, people flexing their portfolios. It creates this obsession, this pressure to find the next big thing. And that pressure pushes good people to gamble. And as we just saw, that almost always ends badly.
So, here it is. This is the crucial shift in your mindset. I want you to just forget about chasing returns for a minute. The whole philosophy here is incredibly simple. The amount of money you are able to save and contribute to your investments will have a far greater impact on your final wealth than any crazy APY you could ever hope to find.
So if we can't control what the market does day to day, and trust me, we can't, what can we control? It turns out there are two key factors that are entirely up to us. And these are the true, reliable drivers of wealth. This is all about shifting your focus away from gambling and toward building. And you know what? It really just boils down to these two things. Number one, how much money you actually put away. And number two, how long you let that money work for you. That's it. It's that simple. These two levers are so much more powerful than trying to guess what the next hot stock or crypto is going to be. Let's actually look at the proof. Okay, this next part is where we get to that aha moment. We're going to look at some really simple math that proves why patience isn't just some nice little virtue in investing. It is your single most powerful secret weapon. Yes, the classic compound interest formula. Now, I know it looks complicated, a little intimidating, but you don't need to be a math genius. The secret to all of this is hidden inside, in one very specific spot. You see that little N up there? That stands for time, the number of years. And here's the key. Unlike everything else in that formula, time is an exponent. And what that means is its effect isn't linear, it's not a straight line, it's exponential. It curves upward, and its power just grows dramatically faster the longer you go. Let's see what that actually looks like with some real numbers. So this table just lays it all out perfectly. Look at that baseline scenario. Now, if you double your monthly contribution, you double your money. Makes total sense, right? One for one. Okay, what if you double the APY, find a better return? You get a decent bump, about 29%, not bad, but look what happens when you just double the time. The money you end up with goes up by 157%. You nearly triple your money just by waiting. And here it is as a simple bar chart, just to make it crystal clear. Doubling what you put in gives you a 100% boost. Doubling your return, only 29%. But doubling your time, a massive 157% increase. The math simply does not lie. Patience pays more than anything else you can do. But wait, it actually gets even better. That was just the pure math of compounding. There's another whole layer to this that most people completely miss. What happens when real-world business growth supercharges this whole process? We're talking about those boring old dividend stocks that are actually hiding some incredible growth right under the surface. Let's just take Johnson & Johnson as an example. So back in 1999, if you owned one share of their stock, it paid you 26 cents for the year. Now, if you did absolutely nothing but hold on to that exact same share, by 2025, you'd be collecting $1.24. The yield percentage you see online might look small and boring, but the actual cash hitting your account has grown enormously. That is nearly a five-fold increase in your income from a single investment. This isn't just about numbers on a screen changing value. This is a real, profitable company growing its business year after year and sharing more and more of those profits with you. You just can't capture that kind of growth by trading in and out. And hey, this isn't just for old school companies either. Look at a tech giant like Cisco. In 2012, one share paid out just 6 cents. By 2025, that same share is paying out 40 cents. The principle is exactly the same. Great businesses find ways to grow and create more value over time. That's almost a 7-fold increase in the actual cash you receive just for holding on. This is the magic that happens when that mathematical power of compounding meets real, tangible business growth. By being patient, you capture decades of genuine value creation.
Okay, so we've seen the math, we've seen the real-world examples. Now let's pull it all together into a simple, actionable framework that you can actually use. This is the core of the Sagix philosophy, something they call the apothecary's approach.
I want you to think of an old school apothecary, carefully and patiently crafting remedies over time with quality ingredients. Well, building wealth is exactly the same. It requires patience, it requires quality. It's the complete opposite of all those dangerous quick fixes being peddled online.
So here they are, the 3 pillars. It's this simple. First, focus on increasing your income. Your career, your skills, that's a guaranteed return on your effort, and it boosts your ability to save. Second, save and contribute consistently. Automate it. Set it and forget it. Take the emotion right out of the equation. And third, invest for the long term. Own pieces of great, growing businesses and let them work for you for decades, not just for a few quarters.
And never forget why this approach matters so much. That whole get-rich-quick industry, it's not designed for you to win. It's designed to generate commissions and fees from your activity. They profit when you trade, not when you succeed. So we'll just end with this one question. That desire for instant gains, it's a really powerful pull. But the math, as we've seen, is crystal clear. Time, your personal contributions, and owning parts of great businesses, that is the most reliable path. So in a world that is completely obsessed with speed, maybe the ultimate advantage, the real secret weapon, is simply having patience.